I do feel is that Spinderella basically needs to come out with her own movie now. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Shimere, and today we are going to be talking about the Salt and Pepper movie that came out on Lifetime, okay? So this biopic, honestly, you guys, almost seems like it just popped out of nowhere, okay? I have been seeing so much as far as promotion, and probably just because I watch the Wendy Williams show a lot, I've been seeing so much as far as promotion for her movie and all of that that's going to come out on Lifetime, that's really what I've been waiting on. So honestly, I hadn't been watching too much Lifetime to really see, you know, the trailers and all that for the Salt and Pepper movie. Now, I did know it was coming out because I knew they were going to be on Wendy Williams the other day, and I have that set to record, but I hadn't had a chance to go back and watch it and see, you know, what they had to say and what they were going to say about it. So when I saw that it was coming on, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing anything. This would be the perfect time. And I mean, I grew up hearing Salt and Pepper songs, and I'm definitely a fan of their music. I like the songs, and I have seen more about them as far as a while back they had a show. I think it was on BET. I might be wrong, but I think it was on BET, and they were showing them getting ready for their tour that they had been going on. I think it was like maybe it was like a 90s tour, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I was seeing them, and they were practicing and getting ready to do shows in Las Vegas and stuff like that. So that definitely had, you know, brought me up to speed about what Salt and Pepper were doing. And also, I do watch the show Growing Up Hip Hop, and Peppa is on that show because her daughter Egypt is on that show. So I kind of get a glimpse of her life on that show as well. So I was like, hey, why not see what they had going on? Now, today's review is going to be a little different. I figured since it was a biopic, I didn't want to do it like I do like a normal movie and tell you like a groove time and all this other stuff, just because, you know, this is someone's life story. So I just want to basically tell you a few things that stood out to me and if I feel like it's worth watching or not for you. One of the first things that I noticed in the movie was casting, okay? The person who played Salt, I definitely, you know, was like, okay, good choice. You know, she seems like she was a good fit for the role. The person who played Pepper, she actually did a good job, you know, acting wise and stuff like that. And she seemed good for the role. In some areas of the movie, I felt like she was more believable as Pepper than others. Like in the scenes, like once you got to the area where she was wearing the blonde or gold looking braids and stuff like that, you know, I was getting more of a Pepper vibe. But honestly, you guys, the lady that played her, she's really pretty, and like I said, she did a great job acting. She was giving me more like Nicole Laurie Parker vibes. So it was kind of like if they were doing a film about her life, then she'd be perfect for that role. So it just took me a few minutes to kind of wrap my head around her being Pepper. But like I said, as the movie went on, I was able to let that go and kind of, you know, get into it. Now, and honestly, you guys, I really hate to critique casting, but another person in the movie that I was just like, okay, I'm not seeing it, you guys, I'm not seeing it, was, there was a part where they show Martin Lawrence, what would have been him in his younger years, and I feel like the person that was cast for the role maybe could pull it off as far as the look, just the look, not the acting, just the look. Maybe a more like a later years Martin, maybe, you know, like once he was older. He definitely didn't look like Martin looked in the past to me. That's just my opinion. Other than that, I feel like, you know, I didn't really, well, and maybe like the people who play Kid and Play, you know, I got it. It was just, you know, in the scenes where you saw them, it was kind of like a quick glimpse back and forth, so you didn't really get to focus on them, and they didn't really have too many lines, so it wasn't really a thing on, okay, do they really seem like Kid and Play? And that's one thing about the movie too, now that I've mentioned Martin and Kid and Play and things like that. A lot of the things that go on in this movie were things that I just didn't know. Now, I don't know if some people who, you know, were actually around their age in the 80s and who were fans, like if they know these stories, but I really didn't know these stories. And a lot of the things that, you know, went on were surprising to me. I was like, oh, okay, they know them and they grew up with them, and you know, so that was very interesting. So that's one thing I will say. I feel like it's a good watch just because you might be able to learn some new stuff like me. Now, I also feel like there were a lot of surprising things that, you know, I didn't know about them, and a lot of surprising things that I feel like, you know, for a Lifetime movie, I feel like they really got in there and did a good job at showing them and, you know, how they were actually living then. And you know, we were going on a roller coaster, you guys. We were going from things like, and not to give too much away, but we were going from things like eating disorders, cutting, relationship issues, like all kinds of stuff. So I felt like I learned a lot about them through the movie for sure. And it definitely seemed like a believable story. Now, on to what I really want to discuss about the film. To me, okay, and like I said, I did watch the reality show that they had not that long ago that was more up to date about what they have going on now. Now, in that show, they did have some issues with Spinderella, okay? And if you guys don't know who Spinderella is, you know, I don't know. She's their DJ, like, so I just feel like the fact that Spinderella wasn't a big part of the movie, it honestly wasn't something that just made me upset or anything like that. But what I do feel is that Spinderella basically needs to come out with her own movie now. And if not a whole movie, then I feel like Lifetime could at least do like a documentary with her or something like that. You know how not that long ago Michael Jordan did the whole Last Dance situation, and they would show video and photos and then heat talk? That's what I want to see from Spinderella. Like, I want them to, you know, show clips of shows from, you know, when they were in this country or that country, or talk about songs that she was on, and let's get her take. Because I honestly feel like, I mean, it's a story to be told on her end as well. I get that they really didn't feel like Spinderella was a part of the group. Like, the group was Salt and Pepper and she was like their hired DJ. But I mean, when you put her in so much stuff and you see her and she was so well known, I just feel like it's worth her having a moment as well. So, you know, Lifetime, look, we know how Lifetime can get, okay? They will show you a 4-hour movie about obsessed cheerleader, a cheerleader who's obsessed with like the football coach or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will show you a 4-hour movie about something like that. So I feel like they can definitely carve out some time to give Spinderella a moment, because I feel like her story would definitely be interesting, especially since they didn't really elaborate on her much in this. So I feel like, you know, I want to know the real tea. Like, what's the real situation? What was she really experiencing with them? And I'm also interested to know if she felt like this was an accurate depiction of what they had going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I would be looking forward to. Yeah, I feel like it was good too, because it gave you like just enough, like just the basics of what was going on. You know, you learn how the group got together, you see how the dynamic of the group played out. And another good thing about it too was, and I think I said this in my review for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I feel like if you're gonna do things in the entertainment industry or the movie industry or something like that, movies like this are definitely helpful, because they help you know what you should be avoiding, okay? Like, I know that a lot of people are way more hip to the game right now when it comes to the music industry and stuff like that, but some of the stuff they go through as far as not being paid the amounts they were supposed to be paid, and you know, how their contracts went down. I feel like that's stuff that people need to watch and they need to see, because a lot of times now people just, they're so fixated on being famous that they forget about the business end of it. So I feel like this is good to watch because, you know, it always gives you a quick little wake-up call like, hey, make sure, you know, it's good to be famous and it's good to have your face out there and, you know, everybody know your name, but make sure you're getting paid what you deserve off of it as well. So honestly, for me, you guys, I feel like it's a good watch. What I will say is I don't know if it's just me. You know, it took a little bit longer to watch because of the commercials, of course. So if you're someone who feels like, you know, you kind of check out of things quickly, maybe record it. If you have a DVR, like record it and then watch it to where you can, you know, kind of go through it a little bit faster. Because honestly, there was one point, just one point, and oh, there was a scene where she was Salt, sorry, like you all know who I'm talking about, she. Okay, who is she? Okay, so there was a scene where Salt was in church and she was having a moment and things were going on and she was crying. And honestly, you guys, by that point, I was starting to get a little sleepy. So I was like, you know, it's a little different when you're trying to watch these movies with these commercials and stuff. So just make sure you're well rested. Make sure you have given yourself enough time to be able to sit and watch it. And yeah, I feel like with a good snack, and you know, especially on a day when you're basically chilling and you don't have anything that you really have planned or anything like that, or you can just plan to watch it, you know, get you a good snack, get you some popcorn, some things. It's a good moment inside, okay? It's good for a little indoor date night type of thing. You know, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good watch, and I feel like you guys should definitely watch it. And honestly, I feel like this definitely made me more excited about things to come that are on Lifetime. Like I said, I've definitely been waiting and anticipating the Wendy Williams one that's gonna come out. I think it's next weekend, and the little documentary on it after the fact. So, you know, I'm a Wendy fan, so I'm ready to watch that, okay? And then they also showed a trailer for a movie with Megan Good. What was it called? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I can't think of the name right offhand. It's like I could see the whole trailer and everything in my head and can't think of what it was called. I think it's called Death Saved My Life. Yeah. Anyway, that trailer came out, and I think that's gonna come out like the following week. So I was like, oh my gosh, look at Lifetime. Lifetime is winning me over and reeling me back in with these movies. Because honestly, you guys, I like a lot of Lifetime's content. It's usually just the timing aspect, the fact that if I sit down and start watching a Lifetime movie, I'm usually gonna get hooked. So sometimes I don't watch on purpose because I know, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be 3.5 or 4 hours that I'm gonna have to sit, because they're usually so good that, like, you know, once you start watching them, you have to watch. Like, even some of the ones that are really far-fetched, like, they'll almost be like, the storylines will almost be so crazy to where you're just like, I still have to watch, okay? So yeah, you guys, I feel like you should definitely check it out. Make sure you check your local listings to see what time it's gonna be on. And it was a good watch, and I feel like you will learn some things about Salt and Pepper that you may or may not have known. Alrighty, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out when I post the next video. I hope to see you guys soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.